You can't be successful with retraining your nervous system when you're living in black mold or you're sensitive to mold that is in your home. The reason is these mycotoxins can cause neurological inflammation. They do the opposite of what you're trying to do with the nervous system regulation. I went through this myself. I saw it happen with my daughter. I've seen it with many autistic children where they have sensitivities that are extreme to the point where when they have small amounts of these mycotoxins that they inhale, they have overly exaggerated reactions, and these are things like, the typical autistic symptoms, the stimming, the repetitive behaviors, etc. With my daughter, it was seizures, eye crossing, itch until she bled, hyperfixating on certain things, etc. But the reality is the sensitivity can override any work you could be doing with the nervous system. You could try to get a child or a person to meditate and calm down and do some breathing and start to go ahead and take care of themselves. But if they're having toxic exposure at the same time while they're doing the breathing, and afterwards they're getting back into a home or in the room that has the toxic exposure, then guess what? It's not going to stick. It's not going to stick. So if you're doing nervous system retraining and it's not working, it's not sticking for some reason, you have to look into mycotoxin sensitivity. You got to look at your diet. You got to look at the common triggers, like are you eating eggs, dairy, nuts, seeds, meat, processed food every day? Are you living in a house, like I said, that has mold, mycotoxins, tons of fungal fragments present? Do you have thoughts that are threatening thoughts? Do you always perceive danger? Are you trying to protect yourself from things? Do you think that you're good enough? Are the things that you're doing good enough? Do you feel like you love yourself? Do you really respect yourself? These things are really important when you're trying to actually look at how the immune system is operating and your participation in it. So if you're trying to heal, you have to realize that your actions make the biggest difference of all. But if you're trying to heal in brain retraining is not working, then you got to look at mycotoxins, absolutely, undoubtedly. And I've seen this, as I said, in plenty of people where typical brain retraining, nervous system retraining didn't work, where they're just persisting with these anxiety episodes, panic attacks, OCD, things like that, and in fact ended up being something they were inhaling. So, I went through it myself. I had PTSD when I was in a place that had black mold. I had far more PTSD episodes. It was much harder to be able to keep my brain in the right place. Even when I started doing meditation, yes, it was really helpful, the meditation, the deep breathing, undoubtedly. And I don't want to completely push you away from nervous system retraining because I'm promoting it. I love it, but you got to be aware that if you try this thing and it's not working like they say it should be working, then you have to look at what you're inhaling as the #1 cause, because there could be something that's neurotoxic, like ochratoxins, alpha toxins, trichothecenes, different fungal fragments, as I said, that could be triggering all of it. So thanks for watching. Hope my experience has helped you. If you have any questions, reach out to me. My website is EndSickness.org. Take a look. Take care.